Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And remember, today is a brand new day, and this is a brand new moment. I have with me the energy of my guardian angel, John. My guardian angel, John, has been with me since I was around age 20 when he talked me down off a bridge. This is a spiritual being that has followed me very closely over the last 44 years of my life, helping me where I was weak and guiding me when I needed to be. He wants to talk about the concept that emotions change matter. This is a very important subject. Humanity has risen and fallen many, many times over hundreds of thousands of years, not simply tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. What humanity has not done is understood the correlation between emotional energy and its effects upon the environment. That is to say that you do not often think about what emotional energy does, what your emotions actually do to your world. Your existing sciences have found evidence to support that civilizations have risen and fallen many times, that there are certain geological phenomena such as the movement of your poles at regular intervals, moving from one point to another. That is a polar reversal. What science has not done is correlated the effect of emotion upon your environment. You need to understand that emotions bear a very specific and precise effect upon matter. To give some personal evidence, because we're not going to cite scientific data, but we will cite personal information that you yourself can know to be true or to know to be false from your own direct and immediate experience. As much of the information you were given by organizations of authority is incorrect information seeking to manipulate and control you into believing specific ideologies that do not actually support nor sustain a healthy long-term civilization. As to how to prove this to you, what happens to you, what happens in your body when you get excited. When you get excited, your body, your physical form, matter, reacts and is affected by your excitement. If you are very excited and something stimulates you into excitement, well, your physical form reacts to that excitement. The same is true if you are angry or sad or fearful. Your physical matter, your body reacts. Your emotions affect the matter of your body. This emotional effect is electromagnetic in nature. It's electrical and it's magnetic. These emotions move through your body and do not just remain in the body, but have a radiant or radial effect. That is, the field of emotion is not just a static field, it is a movement, a dynamic movement of energy in and around your physical body. So when you're excited, you are not just jumping around physically in excitement, you are also transmitting or throwing off or radiating out that excitement towards others. A good example of this would be you hear somebody laughing and you find yourself laughing because the radiant energy of their joy goes out and you react and respond to it so you can transmit and receive emotional qualities. You affect the world around you by your emotions. Not just your own physical body is affected by what you feel. Not only are your emotions stimulated by what you think, but those same emotions radiate out from your body and affect time, space, and matter all around you. It is important that you understand that science recognizes at least this much, that there are very specific and precise effects in time, space, and matter, depending upon the nature and quality of certain emotional elements. These polar reversals that your civilizations have fallen under and risen after over millions of years, the one correlation that has not been considered is the effect of your collective emotional energy upon the conditions of time, space, and matter on a planetary, indeed, even on a solar level. The one correlation that has not been drawn is that the emotions, all your emotions collectively, are coordinating the experiences, the evolution, the rising and falling of your civilizations, and indeed the way in which your planet is reconfigured periodically. Emotions can be stored to a certain point before they will bear an effect upon your body. That is, you can be a little frustrated and irritated about something, but not reveal it to the world. If that frustration and irritation builds and builds and builds, then eventually the physiological system called your body will react and respond. Every single human behavior has its roots in a functional emotion contained within the consciousness of the individual. That if the individual is unable or unwilling or unconscious to the fact that he or she may change the nature and quality of the emotional energy operating through them, will simply be a reactive and responsive effect in time and space. That is, if somebody gets really upset and angry, then their function will be upset and anger. If somebody is really filled with joy and they cannot contain themselves, they will manifest joy. But the manifestation of emotional qualities is not restricted to the experience that you yourself have of these things. That the function and flow of your emotional energy induces and influences the people, the events, the circumstances that you have in your life. In all moments of time and space, you are transmitting emotional energy or you are receiving emotional energy. If you are transmitting, then you are causing effects. If you are receiving, then you may be an effect of a cause. Much of your existing entertainment is a very good example of how something is affecting you emotionally from outside of you. Do you understand this? That you can be affected by the emotional energy that is being transmitted to you as equally as you can affect your environment by the emotional energy that you transmit. If individually and collectively humanity does not understand this principle and begin to apply and understand that you must learn to moderate emotional qualities, you must learn to have a level of authority over your energy that you currently do not possess. And there are almost 8 billion of you beautiful souls in this world here, transmitting and receiving emotion back and forth from one to the other. If you do not understand that this transmission, this general transmission of emotion being transmitted and received by each of you, is predominantly on this physical dimension of a negative nature. Many of the manifestations of destructive environmental and social conditions are directly related to emotional manifestations transmitted by individuals, indeed by nations, and ultimately by all of you simultaneously as a conglomerate together. You are transmitting and receiving emotions amongst yourselves all the time, and you can predominantly see what emotional energy is being most often transmitted into your world from you or received into your world by you. The conditions of your world match precisely the general overall emotional state that humanity collectively engages in overall, and that you may collectively alter and change what you would choose to engage in if each and every one of you comes to the understanding that it is the regulation and modulation of emotional energy, which is often stimulated initially by thought or perception, which brings a movement of energy that is either towards a positive spectrum or a negative spectrum of emotional qualities. You are currently poised to experience the effects of the predominantly negative emotional conditions that you have precipitated into this physical dimension. The vast majority of you, if this existing process is left unchanged, then there will be an inevitable reset of your physical planet. That is, your magnetic systems will react and respond with a sudden jerk or shift in the overall function of this dimension. That is, your planet will change significantly according to the nature of your existing emotional qualities. That is, the dominant emotional energy that you choose to harbor in your hearts and in your minds towards yourself and towards others. These emotions you can harbor in yourself and towards others can be of love or fear. There are only these two spectrums of emotion, love and fear. There are only those two spectrums of emotion available to each and every creating individual upon this physical dimension. You only have to choose quite simply between love or fear in your moment-to-moment existence. This lean towards the negative manifestation of energy, or the fearful manifestation of energy, which is causing, of course, your weather systems to change significantly, causing your sun to react and respond in accordance to the general emotional state of your population. And each and every planet in this solar system is reacting and responding to the dominant emotional conditions being transmitted and received one to another. You may live in a beautiful, harmonious home where you have communication and dialogue, love, compassion, kindness, creativity, and playfulness, and you will experience great harmony and joy. In fact, you will delight in awakening every day. Or you may be in an environment where there is fear, anger, judgment, criticism, condemnation, and your environment will be experienced predominantly negative. Regardless of your environment, each and every one individual has the opportunity to choose which master they shall serve. Shall you serve love, or shall you serve fear? The effects of both are very different, but follow the exact same principles of creation. That the function of fear precipitates very precise conditions in your physical experience of this dimension, as does the vibrational state emotionally of love precipitate very precise and specific conditions in your world, both individually and collectively. Not one amongst you can escape the effects of the causes that are being initiated in your world. Those who stay closer to love are more likely to survive the existing change if this condition of generally fearful consciousness continues to evolve. You may think that you can harm another without any repercussions to what your actions may have upon another, but we can assure you that if you instill harm upon another, that the very nature of that harm will cause a manifestation of energy from that individual that will indeed precipitate very specific effects in your experience, not just theirs. To predominantly attack or overwhelm a nation or a people simply because you wish to find more peace and comfort, because you do not want the inconvenience of having to adapt yourself to a function of love, you will not escape the effects of your own causing. None of you can. Not one amongst you can escape the effects of your own emotional causes. But I came to this one today very simply to give you the opportunity to evaluate, whom do you serve? Do you serve love, or do you serve fear? For your choice in this matter produces very inevitable results. There is no escaping the effects of your own causing. You cannot escape the effects of your own causes. Now, this message is only for those who are willing to hear and those who are willing to see that you cannot serve two masters. You may serve one or the other, love or fear. The choice is exclusively yours individually, but you cannot escape the fact that collectively there will be a result as well. Those who stay closer to love are less likely to reap the rewards of fear for love would not precipitate that you would receive the rewards of fear, as you are functioning from the frequency of love. If you understand what I mean, then quite simply, you that are here now listening to this understand that you have only those two to choose from, love or fear. And you are bearing witness to these ever increasing environmental conditions, these things you call tornadoes and hurricanes and monsoons and rains. These are all products of emotional conditions that you are collectively indulging in. If you choose to continue to indulge in your fear, in your anger, in your judgment, then rest assured there are very precise and specific outcomes. Many thousands of civilizations lay beneath your feet, crushed beneath the weight of their own negative societal functioning. Thousands of civilizations. You've only discovered but a handful. But there are thousands of civilizations that have fallen under the weight of their own emotional destructiveness. There are but one or two civilizations that still exist today that function predominantly from the function of love. Just one or two of many thousands of human civilizations that have learned to master and perpetuate the function of love as the dominant characteristics of their collective consciousness. This one particular society that we know of is currently interacting with your societies in general, your existing Western and Eastern societies, attempting to provide you with some guidance and knowledge and wisdom on the distinction between functioning from love or functioning from fear. But there are so many of you that believe that authority and power of an aggressive nature is the only way to establish authority, safety, and stability in your world. And how is that working out for you? It's not going very well at all, is it? You cannot expect to get joy from anger. You cannot expect to get peace from rage. It is not possible. You cannot fight for love, as love is not of a violent nature. And so it is simply this: when you think or feel a certain way, your body will react. The matter of your body reacts and responds to the emotional qualities that you are harboring in your consciousness or receiving from other sources outside of your physical form. You can be induced into emotional functions, both good and not so good, as equally as you can induce yourself into emotional functions that are good or not so good. The function of free will allows you to choose what you shall think upon, and therefore what emotional qualities you will begin to precipitate as thought is directly correlated to the manifestation of emotional conditions. The very first thought, that thought which is good or not so good, precipitates a formulation of energy that can be repeated, amplified, and maintained to produce great manifestations of love or great manifestations of destructiveness. But each and every one of you, in the confines of your own mind, must assess what predominant master shall you serve. Shall you serve love or shall you serve fear? The choice is individual and ultimately becomes collective, for what each of you does adds to the whole of all that is going on within your systems of human civilization. The nature and quality of your judgment, to say that that one is an infidel or that one is a sinner, these thoughts have effects not only upon yourself, but upon those that you project those thoughts and emotions towards. If you do not evaluate the emotional product of certain forms of thought, if you do not evaluate what is the emotional product of this thought or this thought, if you do not go into this evaluative process, then you will simply keep going on the path you are currently going on, which is limited at best in terms of time. That's right. This existing human civilization the one that is so global right now, is on a time limit based upon the existing functions of fear versus the existing functions of love as energetic expressions formulated in the conceptions and ideas and beliefs of each of you. That is to say, if you do not learn to get your mind, your thinking in the right order, then there is an inevitable outcome in the very not too distant future. But a single 1 or 2 generations is the time limit that you currently have to make corrections in your overall function of love or fear. To simply force others to submit to ideas and conceptions that deny them the right of creation will not be a sufficient way to establish a one world love. You cannot establish love through force nor deception. Love may only be established through love's function, compassion, kindness, patience. You cannot establish love through anger or fear. Okay, so that's basically what he wants to say. You have to understand that we can't escape this reality. You can't escape the fact that what you think creates what you feel, and what you feel creates what happens to you. But his description that we are literally, all of us, individually and collectively, we are affecting everything and everyone by what we think. Because what you think creates an electrical charge, which is an emotion. You transmit that emotion. Everybody's doing this. We are all doing this. All of us. What we think creates what we feel. What we feel gets transmitted out. And there are so many, yes, I know. So he's just saying there's so many mechanisms that have been created that stimulate fear, anger, judgment. These mechanisms will continue to propagate fear as a dominant energy. You cannot find love through violence nor peace. You will not find love through violence, only through peace. Yes. So this is my morning. Guardian John comes in this morning and says, we need to talk about this. So the timeline I've been told is humanity's got a timeline of about May of 2044. We're almost to what he calls a cutoff point. By about 2030, the cutoff point will be reached if humanity doesn't shift its collective emotional energy from fear to love. Then there is an inevitable outcome. It's kind of like, once you let go of the thing you're holding in your hand, gravity will do the rest. Well, that's what our emotional energy is doing. So we've got about 6 good years where humanity can shift its collective thinking from fear to love, how we treat each other, how we judge each other. We have to change it. Hi, guys. Good morning. Hello. Welcome. Hi, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. I see we're technologically running properly this morning. Hi, thank you for following. Really appreciate it. So for those of you that are new, my name is William Michael Forbes, a spiritual medium and channel and intuitive life coach. I channel my guardian angel, ascended masters, and other multidimensional beings, including the Pleiadians, the Galactic Federation, and others, to provide information, wisdom, and knowledge and truth that they deem important for us to have at this time. The overall goal of mediumship for me is to simply convey the wisdom, the knowledge, and truth of the ascended masters and those that have the function of love as the foremost condition that we need to incorporate into our expression of being. We go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok simultaneously. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we go live only on TikTok. And on Saturday, we have the meditation component of our program on Saturdays. If you want to know more about what we're doing, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and check out our masterclass series there. We have a series of masterclass that we offer for helping elevate yourself out of fear towards a manifestation of love. For those of you that are already registered for the Masterclass 1 2, I'm really excited. We've only got 5 more days to go before we start our orientation on Saturday. It's a 3-week program for overcoming old emotional energies, which is really well timed. if you cannot control your thinking and emotional energy, you're going to be bound by them. If you don't know how to let go of old emotions, they will govern you. It's really important you learn how to use your emotional energy. Masterclass 102 is called liberation, where you can literally release old, dense emotions out of your body and out of your mind. Right? You want to learn to do that sooner rather than later. Wonderful. Hello, Adam. Good to see you. Hello, Reba. Hi, Don. Someone said, I just found out I have lupus. I feel like electricity going through my body. So much pain physically. Life has changed a lot for me. I try to be positive. Hi, Don. Yeah, that's a really, again, it's interesting to use that term. It feels like electricity going through me. There are so many toxins being put in the air, in the food, in the water for people to consume. There's a lot of toxicity being put in the air, in the water, in the plastics, in the processed foods that are not conducive to a divine body. You know, during the time of the continent of Eden, about 72,000 years ago, when the continent of Eden existed, there was no hunger. Food grew in great abundance in the wild everywhere. People could just pull the food off the trees. You can still do that in some places around the world. You just get food right off the trees. And it was natural and organic and unprocessed. Anyway, Don, I get very strongly, a parasite cleanse would be very powerful for you. Like really, a parasite cleanse. You want to look into fenbendazole, and ivermectin, right? You know, science gives all these names to things. It's funny how they give names to things and then they produce drugs for those things. You know, I get told that a lot, that there's so much greed upon the planet right now that some of these people will do anything they can to get your money from you, right? So be mindful of that. Watch out when they create a name or a label for a disease, they create a whole science around it, right? So they can produce things to, never mind. I got to be careful what I say. That's what they're telling me. I can feel the energy. Wow. How do you quiet the mind and get into your heart? Hi, Christine. Great question. So what she's asking is, how do you get the mind, it goes on in most people's mind, how do you get that to be quiet and get into your heart? And there's three functional things that you need to do. And these three things are taught in our 102 Masterclass. The first thing, you have to teach the body how to breathe and be still. The second thing you have to teach is how to teach the mind how to be still and quiet. And then to let yourself become the coordinator that keeps your mind and body still and quiet. So those three primary things, how you use your breath, how you get your mind to be quiet, and how you can coordinate your mind and body. Because you have to learn to coordinate your mind and body with your awareness. Once you can coordinate your mind and body with your awareness, you can basically say to the body, be still. And you can say to the mind, be quiet, calm, and peaceful. And you have to teach your mind, because most people's minds have been taught to be confused, afraid, anxious. Most of it is so-called entertainment. Most of the so-called, just about any form of entertainment is designed to make you anxious or nervous or take you through a range of emotions. And anything that's going to keep you in fear is going to inhibit you from getting to love. But when your mind and body are quiet, when you can get your mind and body quiet, Christine, you're going to experience your heart awakening, because you are your heart. And when your mind and body are not distracting you in their fear and their memory and their anxiousness, when you get your mind and body quiet, that's when you start to experience the beautiful you that is you. Because most people think of themselves as the thoughts they have in their head or the emotions that those thoughts create. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You have thoughts and you have emotions, and you can change those as a function of your will. And most people don't know they can do that. Most people believe what I'm thinking and feeling is who I am. It's not. What you're thinking and feeling is not who you are, but you've been taught to think and feel many of the things that you're thinking and feeling. And they're just not often true about who you are. But yes, Christine, that's the simplest thing to do. You need to sign up for a masterclass 102 called Liberation. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, sign up, and you will learn in the 3-week period, you will learn how to coordinate your mind and body into a different state of being for you. And literally, it's not as difficult and as complex as one might think. When you go through a process of meditating, learning the function of what meditation actually is, it's not about sitting on a pillow in a lotus position. That's one way of it. But it's about you learning to coordinate your mind and body to function differently than the environment has taught your mind and body to function. It's that simple. That's it in a nutshell. Learning how to teach your mind and body to follow your direction instead of you remaining subjective to them. And in a 3-week period, you can learn to do that. You can come to a state of profound peace in a much shorter time of space than you might believe. Conventional, the mental health and physical health sciences, people aren't getting healthy. People aren't getting more mentally peaceful. There's more mental dis-ease and more physical dis-ease because these so-called health systems do not teach you how to coordinate your mind and body properly. They do not teach you. They tell you what you have to take this and you have to do this, but they do not teach you how to coordinate your own thinking mind and your own physical body. When you learn to coordinate them deliberately and intentionally, you can restore peace to your consciousness very quickly when you understand this. Wow, thank you so much. Kira, excited to get my operation on my physical heart is whole and complete. It sure is. Adam's asking why, a question for Archangel Raphael. By the way, if you have a question and you want to come on live with me, here, I'll post a link on, if you want to come and ask your question live, copy that. You can use this link if you're on YouTube, at least. I don't know if you'll get it on Facebook. Well, apparently you will get it on Facebook too. So there's a link. If you want to actually come on live with me, you can certainly use that link. Come on live with me if you're on Facebook. If you're on or YouTube. If you're on TikTok, you can simply use the little request and invite icon in the bottom left of your screen where you see a little infinity type sign. Beside that, there's 2 people. You can click on that, send a request to join, and come on for your question. So Adam's asking, Archangel Raphael, why are certain types of astral entities specialized with specific abilities? E.g., why can dragon spirits cure impotency and not other types of spirits? Explain the properties. Quite simply, that's what they've chosen to special in. It's like even in this physical dimension, you have mechanics and you have lawyers and you have doctors, you have teachers, you have moms, you have fathers. Some beings, some entities choose to specialize in something more than other. Not all dragons specialize in what you're talking about. Some dragons specialize in illumination. Some specialize in moving from different dimensions to other dimensions. It's really up to the individual consciousness as to what it's going to do. There's no rule. There's no one size rule. That's like saying every human being should be this. No, you came in as an individual soul. So do these other entities. They come in to specialize or become or fulfill a certain manifestation, but they're not supposed to be anything other than what they choose to be. Thank you. We'll get to that. How do we learn to control it? How do we learn to control emotions? Again, it's not, first of all, you have to learn to reset your mind and body. Because right now, most people, most of the thoughts, most of the beliefs, most of the ideas that you have in your mind were given to you by the world. Most of what's in your mind, you did not put there, it was put there for you. And you have to learn to discern between the thoughts in your mind, the emotions they create, your physical body, and who you are as a spiritual consciousness. That's the first step, discernment. To discern that you are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, you are not your body. You have thoughts, you have emotions, and you have a body. And that your responsibility is to learn to harness and utilize and coordinate thoughts, energy, and matter. You must learn how to coordinate thoughts, energy, and matter. This is the process. Again, we would highly encourage you come and join us for this Mono 2 Masterclass beginning this Saturday. It is a 3-week program. You will learn the process directly, how to coordinate your thoughts, your emotions, and your matter of your body. Because once you can coordinate and operate thoughts, emotion, and body, you'll begin to manufacture or produce the conditions of life that you wish to see manifested and produced deliberately. But if you cannot coordinate the function of your thoughts, your emotions through your body, it will be very difficult to create anything different than what you are currently experiencing. But you must learn to coordinate those three. You must learn that. As was said earlier, you must learn to coordinate your thoughts. And again, through the process of Masterclass, we have 3 weeks. And in that 3 weeks, you'll learn how to meditate for up to an hour. You learn how to quiet your mind, quiet the body, and gain autonomy, gain authority over your mind and body. Most people don't have that. You want to be in an environment where you can learn that simply and easily. It's not a complex process. Someone says, I'm an empath. I have to protect my energy. Hi, Christine. Yeah. As an empath, you need to learn to discern the thoughts and emotions that the world is projecting around you, because there's thoughts and emotions all around us. There are TV stations, radio stations all around us. And as an empath, a lot of empaths can pick up thoughts and emotions that aren't yours and interpret them as your own. You need to learn how to literally formulate an energy that only allows love to enter your space and only allows love to leave your space. Only love can enter your space. Only love can leave your space. You need to learn to train your energy that way. And then you don't have to think about it, right? Then you don't have to protect yourself all the time. The energy will do that. It will naturally do that. Birds of a feather flock together. When you're in a certain state of being, you won't attract certain people, certain events, certain situations. If you're in a certain emotional state, you'll attract certain very specific things. If you're in a state of joy, the tendency is that you will experience more of that around you. If you're in a state of fearfulness, then you'll attract that around you. But again, there's so much fear and anger being projected into the world. It's important that you learn to distinguish your thoughts, your emotions from the emotions and thoughts of other people that you're receiving. Very important. Good morning, Con. Good to see you here. Drusilla is saying, basically, you're saying that we're going to get wiped off the planet. Yeah, basically, that's what they're telling me. If we don't change our emotional qualities as a collective species, there are inevitable results. Hey, look, if you get angry and scream, that affects your body in a certain way. If you get angry and upset, it affects your body in a certain way. If you're really sad and depressed, your body's affected. If you're in a state of joy and happiness, your body's affected. Now you're talking about 8 billion people being upset or afraid. There's going to be an effect. Like you said, our collective energy causes effects. Look, if you're really excited right now, if you're feeling really good inside your body right now, it feels good. If you're in a state of frustration, upset about your life and your problems, then you're going to not feel so good in your body, because those thoughts, those emotions precipitate certain experiences. Whether it's on your body or the collective of the world, it's the same thing. We affect the world as a collective species. And this is one thing that science is not factoring into what's happening right now. They're not factoring in that our collective unconscious energy is affecting changes in weather patterns, temperatures, the rotation of the earth. These things are all affected by emotional energy, because emotions are electromagnetic. What is the Earth's magnetic field? It's electromagnetic. What's the relationship between the Earth and the sun? Electromagnetic. What is our relationship with everything around us? Electromagnetic. The nature and quality of the electromagnetic charges induces different levels of functionality. Common science and physics knows this, that certain electrical, thank you for that beautiful island. So science has recognized that certain electrical currents and frequencies cause certain effects. The same thing is true for your emotions. So yeah, Drusilla, if we collectively stay on the path we're currently on, it's not going to be a pretty picture for a lot of beings on this planet. We'll go through a reset. Oh, you're very welcome for that. Yes, I see that too. Oh, thank you so much. Hi, guys. Thank you for that. Really appreciate that. I serve both, but want to serve only one. That's wonderful. Someone's just saying, currently serving both love and fear. And the vast majority of people are bouncing back and forth between love and fear. And it's a really interesting process. What they've told me is that if we were to draw a triangle right here, like this, a triangle, like this, that we all start out at the bottom of the triangle, and think of like a string coming down the middle of that triangle, and there's a ball on the end of that string, and you're that ball. In the beginning, you're swinging from positive to negative, from love to fear. As you start making changes, you start to go up that triangle. The further up the triangle you go, the faster the shift happens. Yeah. The more you make the conscious choice to love, the less you're going to be going back and forth. It has to be done consciously. You have to choose love, not fear. That's the bottom line. Choose love over fear. Right? I know. Bo Christie's asking, I experienced a strange event looking out my front window. I saw something skipping around the tree line at a fast pace. It almost looked computerized. Any idea what it may have been? Yes, Bo, I'm being told that the powers that be, they're toying around with CERN right now, but they're also using what's called AI manipulation and holographic projections. But there are lots of interdimensional crosses right now. There are many different species, and people are seeing this all over the world. They're seeing people morphing in front of their faces. There are multiple species upon this planet, not just humans and animals. There are other dimensional realms crossing and intersecting with ours. But what I'm getting for you is that you're seeing a lot of people are calling glitches in the matrix, which is these interdimensional crosses. That yes. So what you're seeing are more like what I would call that type of energy brownies. I would call those types of beings brownies, right? There are different dimensions and frequencies of consciousness. And right now there's so much energy coming into the planet right now. These dimensions are now intersecting and crossing in and out from one another. But interesting. If you get a chance to see them again, ask them to telepathically communicate to them. Like telepathically think to them, I want to connect with you, and watch what happens. Because they will respond to telepathy. Thank you. Hi there. Hi, how you doing? Hi, good to see you here, guys. Wonderful. Yeah, if you want to come join me live, you can send a request to join. And if you have a question, consideration, or you want a healing, you can request that. Good morning. Hi. Hello. I choose love and working on sharing it with all I meet, and music for those outside my physical reach. Yeah, music's a really powerful tool for transmitting frequencies. And the people that are in positions of high authority that have been controlling and manipulating the narrative for humanity know this. They know that they play certain sounds, certain colors. They can manipulate people to function in very precise and specific ways. So you really need to be mindful of that. What you're watching on television, what you're watching in film, what you're watching in terms of entertainment, sports. These things are manipulative devices. They're not simply educational, they're manipulative. They're manipulating you to believe or perceive in very specific and precise ways. Hello, Iris. Do you have parasites again? Feeling extremely tired, nearly fainted, or need to increase iron? Definitely increase your iron. Definitely increase your iron. And go out and ground. So many of you are not grounding. Please go out, put your bare feet on the ground, or if it's too cold, put your hands on a tree, but you need to ground your energy. So many people are walking around these big cities with rubber-soled shoes on. You're disconnected from the earth for extended periods of time. your body needs to reconnect to the electrical potential of the earth. Your body comes from the earth. It needs to reconnect to the earth at regular intervals. You should be grounding at least 15 minutes every day. Just go out and sit on the ground, go to a beach, lean against a tree, but you need to come into direct physical contact with the earth. Standing on it with a pair of rubber-soled shoes is not going to cut it. You need to get directly in contact with the physical earth. You need that. Not just iron, but you need to do some grounding. Well, there are fruit trees in all the cities, but again, people like Bill Gates and other individuals are literally taking over your food supply. Most people completely depend upon food brought into the cities from manufacturers. And that's really wonderful that so much food can be produced to feed so many. But now they're going to be using that food to control and manipulate you. I highly recommend, if you can, grow your own food. Grow your own food. Right? It'd really be helpful. Hi, guys. Hilarious cause. It's hilarious because money isn't real. No, money is not real. It's a game made up by humans. Hi there. My friend keeps saying some people have been killed and replaced with clones. Is that true? I personally believe that's true. When I ask some of the beings that I connect with, they say there is a huge effort to replace certain individuals. And this structure of cloning has been proving to be very effective at replacing certain individuals in this physical dimension. There you go. How do I remove attachment from my root chakra, planted to react automatically to others? Hi, Adriana. Okay, again, look, there's 5 more days left before we start our 102 masterclass on liberation. You can learn to take that energy and ascend it up for the body. But you can also go to the earth, Adriana, and sit on the earth. Get your tailbone on a tree or on the physical earth and just let the earth draw the energy out of the body. You can request the earth to draw that energy out of the body, because the lower root chakra is all about survival. You know, it's all about, I got to survive, food, clothing, shelter. And it's a fear-based, it's a survival-based energy center. The root chakra, the sacrum, and the solar plexus chakra, they're all primarily about survival. So you need to learn how to elevate the energy up from survival to creation. You need to learn to do that. You can learn to do that in the masterclass. It doesn't cost much, and you'll be a much happier person. It saddens me seeing my friends so damned programmed. Well, don't let yourself get sad about what they're choosing to do. You know, it is sad because most of them are programmed and don't understand it. Look, I was programmed for most of my life, unaware and unconscious as to why I was thinking and saying and doing the things I was. It's only been these last 5.5 years that I've actually awakened, and now my whole drive for the rest of this lifetime will be to transmit all the information they give me, to give as many people as possible the opportunity to shift to change your mind from what it's been made into to being what you need it to be. Right? Hi. Yeah, I know you will, Bo. You always have. 6 years isn't a lot of time. I learned so much from you. Thank you. You're very welcome. Hi from Greenland. Hello, Greenland. Good to see you. Any message from your guides? Sorry, I just had a question of my own popped up about Greenland. Anyway, question for her. Request from her. Yes. So there's a place behind your physical heart. You're holding a lower vibrational emotion behind your physical heart. You need to release it from the heart. You need to release that old emotion from behind the physical heart. They're saying you can change it vibrationally, but it would only be temporary. If you were to drink water with a bit of salt in it, like good water, a proper salt, like Celtic sea salt, yes, you can shift the electromagnetic vibration by the slightly salted water and drink that. But they're saying you still have to go through and release the emotion out of the body. You have to literally pull the old emotion out of the body. We teach you how to do that. They'll literally teach you how to do that in the masterclass, how to actually pull out an old emotion from your body and to release it with love and grace from the body. We've actually had people come on here with us and experience that. Excuse me. Yeah. I love that. Hi there. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. Still going here. Hi, guys. Grand Rising. I am new here. Well, welcome. Glad to have you here, Holly. Is that Holly or Christy? Holly. Hi, Holly. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the, thank you for the gifts. Hi, Iris. So no parasites? Yes, you want to get rid of them. Get rid of them. Fenbendazole, ivermectin are great ways to kill parasites from the human body. They generally use generally use those two things on animals. This is interesting. They care more about the cattle that they feed you than they do about you. So they don't tell you to clean parasites out of your body. They found that most diseases are based in some form of parasite. That's just what I've read and heard. 90% of the food in grocery stores isn't food. That's correct. We have a garden, but animals steal it. What you can do is you can leave a part of the garden for the animals and then put a fence around everything else and just talk to the animals, talk to their higher self and make a deal with them. They're reasonable creatures, animal. You understand how to communicate with them. They're quite reasonable. Appreciate you too. Thank you. You already know this, Terry. I'm told to tell you, you already know this. Keep going. You have to become what you behold. It's inevitable. Hi, Bo. Thank you. Hi. Hi. Hi, Amanda. Thank you for the super chat, Amanda. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Is Mother Mary Raphael's twin flame? Can either of them tell me what I did or didn't do to pick up this bug from my 20-year-old and her roommate? Hi, Van Twinkle. Yeah, it's, again, yes. So I got a whole bunch of information coming in all at once for you, and it's difficult to pull out she wants to know what's relevant for this. I'm told to tell you that you tried to take that from your son. You wanted to lessen his suffering, so you took part of it on for yourself. Probably a very good idea to release that now, to release that bug from the body with love and grace, right? As well as make certain you're drinking lots of really good fluid. Get at least 20 minutes of sunshine every day. Everyone should get at least 20 minutes of sunshine if you can. But yeah, you took that on as a natural response. You're the mother. Mothers tend to take on will try and help their children by taking on things from them to lessen their burden. You don't have to do that anymore. Your son's a big boy now. Yeah. But no, Mother Mary is not Raphael's twin flame. They're more like brothers and sisters. Oh, thank you, Bo. I really appreciate that super chat. Thank you so much. I have to meet a lot of bad people in court, so I hope that my lights will be enough. Your light will be enough, Jen. It's interesting. Yeah, the whole concept of crime and why that happens is again, because we have not been proper in how we teach people. Our existing educational system does not teach you how to be a good person, teach you how to be a robot. I'm having the most amazing things transpire through tarot. My mind is blown. Any thoughts? Keep having fun with it. Someone's asking from Canada, hello, Canada. Do my guides have any message for me? Again, grounding keeps coming up again and again and again. Go out and get your feet upon the earth, or get in touch physically with a tree or something that lets your body balance itself out electromagnetically with the earth. If there's an electromagnetic imbalance in your body, if it is of a negative nature, it could predispose you to illness and disease. If your general emotional energy is more towards negative than positive, this can precipitate dysfunction electromagnetically in the form of dis-ease in the body. Grounding becomes very important. Going out and consciously allowing the exchange to happen spontaneously between your body and the physical earth. Let the two be made whole by this. Wow, thank you. Hi. Hello from Kentucky, good to see you here. Hello from Milwaukee. Is there any message for me? Thank you. I'm being shown children running around, a bunch of children running around you. Why are these children being shown to me? You need to engage children. You need to engage children. You need to be around children to pick up the playfulness, the energy, to remember the child inside that likes to play. They're showing me all these children running around you energetically. You need to get into the delight of their play. You need to remember the delight of play. Remember the delight of play. Please. It'll change things. Hey, Jen, I see what you're saying here, this conversation between you and Drusilla on YouTube. Come join Masterclass 102. Join Masterclass 102 Liberation. Most disease in the body is maintained by one of three things: either sustained negative thoughts that produce negative electromagnetic emotions, specific things that you're eating on a regular basis that are detrimental to your body, and thirdly, the way you are engaging in the world. What is it that you let yourself receive from the world? Most dis-ease in the body is based in emotion. If you change emotion, you'll change the function of the electromagnetic field of your body, which is what John's been talking about with us in today's event, is that emotions are organizing all of our experiences, both in our body and in our environment. The things that humans create or innovate are based on our emotions. Whatever we think and feel and believe, that's what causes us to create what we've created, individually and collectively. Individually and collectively. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, thank you so much. Reliable plant medicine for removing parasites. That's a really good one, Holly. So for those of you who are listening, there are really good medicinal plants that will cure and kill parasites. Oregano is one of those plants, a very powerful plant for killing parasites. The seeds from papaya are really good for killing parasites. There are certainly natural foods that you can consume in order to change that. There are also now new technologies like Hulda Clark's zappers. These things are really good for changing electromagnetic spectrum in your body as well. Be careful what I say here. They might try to stop it. Thank you. Is tarot literally divine? Well, this is a great question. What I've been told by my guides and angels and the ascended masters is divination tools like pendulums, tarot cards, stones, runes, all these things are meant to be utilized as devices for activating your internal knowing, your internal clairs, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. These tarot cards, these other things are meant to be teaching devices so that you can activate your spiritual senses of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. Once you develop those internal senses, you won't need the devices anymore. But the devices are useful for teaching you to look inward for the answers. But a lot of people get lost in the device, and you think the device is the tool. No, the device is reacting and responding to what you're developing in your own mind. And the better you get at realizing and activating these internal senses, you won't need those devices anymore. You won't need those divine devices the same way. But it's a great consideration. Thank you for bringing it up. Oh, hang on, I gotta do this little slide thing. There we go. Someone said, Van Twinkle said, I talk to the ants around my house. They come every spring, but stay where everyone is happy. On how I love the advice. You're very welcome. You can talk to life forms. Animals and insects are living sentient beings that function on the level that they live at. I know Norma always says if an insect comes flying into the window that's a really big insect, she says, leave, please. And it literally turns around and goes out the door right away. It's very fascinating. You can talk to animals. They'll listen to you if you're reasonable. Does Junior even miss me at all? Even though, oh, I love you too. Thank you so much for that beautiful heart. Even though he's stubborn after our breakup. Again, Jenna, it's time to move on. That's what they tell me. It's time for you to move on. Hello from Jamaica. Is there any message for me? Yes, there is actually. Yeah, you need to go to the sea today. Go to the sea. Go to the sea. Be in the sea. Feel the connection. Feel the connection between the earth, the sea, the sun, and the wind. Become one with them. Become one with them. There's going to be a cleansing. There's going to be a cleansing in your body because of this. So go to the sea. They're showing me up to about your shins. Stand in the water up to about your shins. Feel the connection between the earth, the sea, the sun, and the wind. And just be in oneness with that. Just allow your full attention, just experience the exchange and the transmutation that will happen for you from that process. Wow, beautiful. Hello, Jamaica. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I know it happens a lot. People will go to ask a question that already gets answered. You're welcome. Hi, Mandy. Thank you so much. Hi, my name is Dana. How do I get out of the slump? Souls live upon many planes, don't they? Well, if you want to get out of the slump right now, sit up straight, first of all. Like, sit your body up straight. Because when you start taking authority over your body, you can start controlling the emotions that are in it too. You can change the posturing of your body. You can change the energy. Because certain physiological postures are connected to very specific functions of biochemistry. So sit the body up, tilt your head up slightly and smile. And do that for about a minute. Just sit there, your head tilted up, and be in that smile. Keep your shoulders back, head tilted up, chest open. And just stay in that for about a minute. And you'll feel the shift in the energy. And then the other thing you can do is go around the rest of the day and look at everything that gives you joy. Look at everything that gives you joy and make note of it. That gives me joy. That gives me joy. Focus on your joy. But do that first. Shift the chemical energy in the body first. That's what I'm being told to tell you. Thank you so much. You say tree plants being around animals. Is that the same? Yes, there are correlation between certain trees and certain animals. That they are together for very specific reasons. I have 6 grandchildren. Oh, congratulations. That explains why I saw all the kids. So you need to be around them and hook into their energy. Yeah. Be around them more. If you can get around the grandkids today, hang out with them. Remember the joy of being free and playful. Yeah, you need to stay in the energy of their love. Tarot cards are not evil. Divination tools are not evil. They have a use. If anybody tells you that cards and they're learning devices. Don't get lost in the device. You need to use the device to learn to activate your inner knowing, your inner seeing, your inner hearing, your inner feeling. You want to use these devices so you're connecting and activating your internal senses. There's nothing evil about them at all. There we go. Hi. My oracle cards I recently got opened up my channeling big time. Yes, again, these are devices. They're devices to open up your inner senses. Yes, thank you so much. Can selenite and black tourmaline help with your intuition? Yes, there are certain crystalline structures that produce specific electromagnetic frequencies, just like this glass of orange juice, this freshly squeezed orange juice. This emanates an electromagnetic energy, so that when I drink it, that electrical energy goes into this body and induces a slight change in it. So yes, certain crystals, quartz, Lemurian crystals, can certainly alter and affect your emotional field, and they're useful for that. But you want to get to a place where you can shift and change your own energy. So you don't need the crystals, you don't need these things to do that. You are designed by nature to have absolute authority and autonomy over your physical body, your thinking, your mind, and your emotional energy. You are designed to have authority over your body, authority over your mind, authority over your emotional energies. You did not come to this world to be subjective to them. You came here to be functionally creative with them. You came here to learn to create. And you must train your mind, and you must train your body to function under your direction, to not be subjective to them, but to let them be instruments that you create through. Yes. You create through your mind, you create through your body, you create with emotional energy what you experience. So keep that in mind. Very important. So somebody's asking here, why did my son Dharma incarnate? All his life has been suffering, because he needed to understand it. But his suffering does not have to be perpetual. The moment he realizes he can change what his mind thinks, change what he's brought forward from other lifetimes, because he's done some things in other lifetimes that are not very nice. All those people that are suffering in wars around the world are experiencing the effects of their own causing. The reincarnation is a real thing. It's a real thing. And if you've done some really terrible things in another lifetime, you're going to experience an effect of that cause. I know that from personal experience. I've done things in other lifetimes, and I know what they are, and I've experienced the effects of those in this lifetime. But I've also learned that you can overcome the effects of those causes if you change your consciousness. If you shift your consciousness from fear to love, you'll start to change the effects. Your son needs to learn how to shift his karma, his energy, his emotion, and meditation is a key instrument for learning to do that. Something that we teach people how to do, even if they've never meditated a day in their life. They will learn in the simplest and easiest way how to teach their mind and body to be their servant and no longer their master. Because that's why most people are suffering, because their mind and bodies become their master, or they allow their mind and body to be run by somebody else. But once your mind and body are following your instructions and you're giving them the right instructions, your life will change. Your son's life will change really quickly. Because nobody came here for the sake of suffering. You came here to learn to create, and so did your son. He has to be willing to give up that karma. Amanda's saying, my mom is excited about medication. She is the medication she's on to help with her anxiety. Do I just send her love and try to help her get off them? Okay, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a medical professional, but I can channel that information. Again, when we do not understand the function of our emotion, and many of you do not understand that the function of your emotion is determined by several factors. And if you do not understand these factors, then you can simply remain subjective to those emotions and believe that you have no authority or capability of changing them. If you understand that emotion is simply a function of energy and motion, and that you can change the function of that emotion. Her anxiety is fear for the future. She knows what is coming into her life. Your beautiful mother, she knows that certain things are coming into her life. And love is certainly the most powerful gift to offer her. But you could also teach her meditation. You could teach her to change the way she interacts with her anxiety. You can change the way she interacts with the energy of her anxiety, which is about a fearful future that she believes. She's afraid of what is to come. She has nothing to fear. And if she knew she had nothing to fear, she would have no anxiety. If you know you have nothing to fear, you will have no anxiety. This is simply the truth. If you know you have nothing to fear, then you will have no anxiety. It is that simple. Wow. Thank you, Amanda. Hi there. Hi, William. Would love a message if anything comes through today. A lot's come through that I hope you've been hearing. I feel to do something else, but still not sure which way to proceed. Can you see what that is? Yes. Get rid of the word or. You're doing one thing and do another. A lot of people say, should I do this? Or should I do that? Or should I do that? So many of you are divided. A house divided cannot stand, right? So whatever you're doing, keep doing it and do something else. Do something else you'd like to do. Do both of them. Think about that. Think about what happens inside you. What do you feel happens inside you when I say, do this or this? How's that feel? Do this or that versus do this and this. Feel the difference. Feel the difference in your body when you say, I can do this and I can do something else. Feel what happens in your body. This or this, this and this. Which one feels right in your body? Because you're capable of so much more, all of you. All of you are capable of so much more. And if you can get rid of the word or from your vocabulary, you can do this and this and this and this. Your most functional individuals on this world live that way. Your most functional individuals on this world live that way. They do this and this and this and this. Thank you so much. Hi. Lots of questions, lots of comments. Leslie's asking, could I have a message about the situation so I'm not in the cat and mouse go? Yes. Take the masterclass. For those of you that are struggling with long-term intense emotions that you've been holding in your mind and body for a long time, sign up for Masterclass 102. You did not come here to suffer. Your reason for being on this planet is to learn to create. And emotion is the substance of energy that allows you to generate actions. And if you don't know how to, if you're in fearful, angry, depressed emotions, you're not going to generate very supportive actions. But if you learn to shift your emotional energy from one state into another, because emotion is energy, energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but it can be changed from one state to another. You can learn to change a negative emotion like fear or anxiety, guilt or shame. You can literally transform it from one state into another. Our Masterclass 102 very precisely and specifically demonstrates a way that you can learn to do that in the simplest possible way. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. Sign up for the course. Yeah, who's that there? New Life Energy. Yeah, I saw that you signed up. That's wonderful. Very exciting. Only 5 more days to go. I've got a feeling this can be one of the best 102s that we've done in the last 5.5 years. They just keep progressively getting better and better and better and better. And we keep getting more and more people are coming to them because they realize this is a time of ascension, time to wake up, time to stop suffering. I'm really glad you joined us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Someone saying, wow, William, I feel better already. Wasn't that easy? They tell me that all the time. They say, William, suffering is a waste of time. The only benefit to suffering is to learn how to not suffer. But I'm glad you're feeling better just from that little moment, right? Just from that little moment. Yes, I can connect to your dad. He wants to know what you need. Lindsay, he wants to know what you need. He's been trying to give it to you. Gratitude is so powerful. It is very powerful. I love listening, learning here, listening, researching all religions and philosophy. Everything is interconnected. Yes. And well, the religions, they have interconnections because the religions were generally created to manipulate and control people, to separate the different human branches of the human family. You know, the different colors of humans are different branches of one and the same family. We're part of the human family. Religions were created to create degrees of separation between the different branches of the human family, so that those in control of the religions, the imams and the popes and the so-called leaders of the religions that are controlling it right now, are to use those religions as mechanisms of manipulation so they can create conflict between humans. They don't want us to be united. They don't want people to be wholesome and happy. They don't want me to look at my black brothers and say, you are my beautiful black brother. You are my beautiful red brother or sister. You are my beautiful brown brother and sister. You are my beautiful white brother. They don't want you to love one another. They want you to attack and fear one another. That's why these religions were created, to keep degrees of separation between the different branches of the human family. And we are one family, a human family. And systems of religion that exist today are not operating on the exact principles from the leaders that originally founded them. They're functioning from individuals who took advantage after the death of those leaders, right? And have changed everything that they taught. I'm glad you like learning here. My cousin is a big Bible thumper. He's always saying sound, meditation, and cards are sorcery. But that's the other thing. Most religions shun or look down on mediumship or any forms of connecting to guides and angels. Yet every single founder, the religions that were founded upon the teachings of Jesus or Buddha, the religions that were founded upon the teachings of Moses, the religions that were founded upon the teachings of Muhammad, they put in those books the very things that would prevent you from connecting to God within yourself. Jesus, Moses, they talked to guides and angels. They talked to Elijah. They talked to Gabriel. They were mediums. They talked to God. And so why would they discourage you in this religious structure they created after these people left? Why would they tell you to not do that? Because they don't want you connecting to God. They don't want you knowing the truth. They don't want you to connect to Jesus directly, or Buddha in your heart, or Moses, who are very different individuals than the way they've been portrayed by their religions that were created after them, right? But yeah, you want to learn to, they're not tools. They can be used, anything can be used for evil, but they're actually designed to teach you to open up your inner senses. Someone says, I stopped automatic writing. I felt I might be evil. No, don't stop. You're trying to learn to connect to the higher sources. Okay, let's get this straight. There are two sources of energy in life, love and fear. That's it. Two sources, love or fear. On the fear side, you've got evil, whether you call it Satan or the devil or demons, it doesn't matter what you call them. There's that side. And then you've got, on the other side, you got love. You got Jesus, Buddha, guardian angels, ascended masters, God. You have two different polarities to choose from. You can't serve both. You can choose one or the other, love or fear. It's that simple. It's not complex. It really isn't that complex. Oh, thank you for the super chat, JJ. I'm doing a 3-day fresh veggie fruit juice only reset. Any advice from Spirit for me on this journey? Yes, they're telling me to tell you, every time you prepare the food, every time you go to drink it, bless it. Say thank you, thank you, thank you for this blessing. Even as you're preparing it, thank you, thank you, thank you for this blessing. With everything you consume over the next 3 days in this diet, thank you, thank you, thank you for the communicating to the consciousness in the food that you're now consuming in this reset. But that statement, thank you, thank you, thank you for this blessing. Very important for you in that process that you're in right now. Those specific words in that way as you're preparing it and as you're consuming it. What a beautiful thing, isn't it? Thank you so much. Hi, Stephen. Stephen's asking, how do I facilitate the physical healing I wish to experience? Do I need to do anything more or continue down the same path? In all healing, thank you, Stephen, for your question. In all healing, love's function must be realized. The function of love must be realized in all healing. For example, the practices that you are engaging in, are you clear that what you are doing is coming from a vibration that represents love to you? If you are eating certain foods or wearing certain clothing or doing certain practices, are they done in the vibrational context of love? Or are they done in the vibrational context of fear? Because one can have the intention to heal, but they're afraid that if they don't, that what they're doing might not work. If you have fear that what you are doing might not work, then you're operating from the function of fear. You must understand that the function of love is very precise in its outcome, as equally as the function of fear is very precise in its outcome for you. Many of you are doing things because you want to prevent yourself from getting more sick or more diseased, but that is not from love. That is from fear. We have him drink this juice because we know that it is filled with love and goodness, and he knows that it is filled with love and goodness when he puts it in his body. You must understand that the functions of your actions must be coming consciously and deliberately from the vibrational state of love. And then you will be reaping what you sow in the exact measure by which you sow it. But if you harbor fear in your heart, then you shall harbor fear in your process. If you harbor love in your heart, then you shall harbor love in your process. Wow. Thank you, Stephen. That's a really great question. You're very, very welcome. Hi, guys. Hi. I got to say, someone's saying thank you for your truth and sharing your truth and love. You're very welcome, but I also want to acknowledge all the ascended masters that work with and through me, my guardian angel John. They give me so much knowledge and wisdom in my meditations throughout the day. They'll come in, they'll give me information. And we all have access to that realm of information if we learn to get our minds quiet. You know, I was listening, somebody sent me a thing about the open cup. And it's really true. I can only put so much in this glass of water because it's got so much. You have to get your mind quiet. Like, listen, come to this 102 masterclass, sign up. It's a very inexpensive course. It lasts 3 weeks. You're going to experience a live event every day, Sunday to Friday. And you're going to learn to quiet your mind because you can't get anything new in here. You can't receive new information if your mind is filled up with stuff. If your mind is already full of stuff, how can you receive anything new? The reason I can receive new information so often is because I've been taught to shut my mind off so I can be open and receptive to receiving what I don't know. That's a beautiful thing. Most of what you need to know, you don't know. But what you know stands in the way of receiving what you don't know. You have to teach your mind to be quiet so it becomes a space for receiving inspiration, guidance, and information. You need to train your mind to be quiet, calm, and peaceful so that it becomes you become an open vessel to receiving. And they taught me how to do that over the last 5.5 years. And you get better and better at receiving information as you go through it. I'm nowhere near perfect. And there are certainly ascended masters and even beings on this planet that are far, far surpassing in their capability to receive divine inspiration. But anybody, no matter what your current situation or position is in your life, anybody can learn to teach their mind and body to become open and receptive so you can start to receive different information than what the world has given you. Most of you are struggling not because you want to struggle. Most of you are struggling because you have so much information in your mind already that causes that. You have to literally empty your mind for a little while. And our 102 master class is called Liberation for a very good reason, because you will be liberated from your suffering. You will be liberated from your mind, and you'll experience yourself in a whole new way. When your mind is quiet, just imagine if you could just say, be still, be quiet, be peaceful. And there's a certain feeling that you'll experience when your mind is quiet and your body's relaxed and you're not distracted and disturbed by the environment. You start to experience the essence of what you are. The body is not you. The mind is not you. You are a being of, you are a soul, a spirit of universal light. And when you start to reconnect to what you are instead of what you think, you'll start to experience a you that is, you'll want to wake up every morning to experience yourself. It's a beautiful thing. Go to WilliamMichaelForbes.com and sign up for Masterclass 102 Liberation. It begins in 5 days. You have 5 more days. Hi, Don. I see some vibes around you on your love life and future. Add me up for reading on your lovely life. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, there we go. Just had to do that. So I'm just having to block some people from my channels here. Sorry, guys. You're welcome, Steve. I know it's appreciated. Hi. Hi, guys. Hello. How do I get my daughter's document from a government department? It's taken years. You need to spend, hi, Cher. So you need to spend, because you've got all these years of being rejected, that energy, all the energy of that memory is interfering with it, allowing it to happen now. So what you want to do, sit down for 5 minutes every day for the next week, every day for the next week, and open your hands up and say, thank you for the document. And imagine them putting the document in your hand. Just do that 5 minutes, just, and feel how you'd feel with somebody putting that document in your hand right now. Do that for 5 minutes every day for the next 7 days, and then go and request the document. But every day for 5 minutes for the next 7 days, just be in that energy of receiving that document and being grateful and joyful about receiving that document. Do that 5 minutes every day for the next 7 days, and then go and request the document. Right? You got to shift the energy around that. You got all this past energy you're holding on to. You're very welcome. Any advice for newer mediums who is coming into active spirit life? How do we set boundaries? Their mediumship is a natural phenomenon, but for those of you that are just getting into it, just beginning to access it, please understand that there is a learning process involved in it. There's an actual learning process involved in teaching yourself to sort through what you have in your own mind and what you actually are receiving, because you're going to have that process where your memories, your emotions, your anticipations can get in the way of perceiving actual information that's going to be real. You have to first teach your mind and body to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. As for other individuals, when you're in a state of being closer to what you actually are, you'll naturally start to attract people, events, and circumstances that match up with your energy. But everybody who's getting into mediums, and there's a lot of people opening up to this right now. It's so important that you get out of your head, that you must learn to train your mind to be quiet, train your body to be still so you can receive accurate and effective information. A lot of people go through the process of, you're in fear. You can't be a healthy, functional medium if you're living in fear. You have to shift your energy from fear to love, and you have to teach your mind and body how to shift into the energy of love. Masterclass 102 does that. Where you learn to shift the body's energy, the mind's energy into love. When your mind and body are in a frequency of love, then the information, the people, the events and circumstances that you're going to connect to will start to match that. That's just what starts to happen. And it's a spontaneous process, and you get to bear witness to it, but be patient with yourself. It takes a little time. When they first started talking to me, I was very uncertain. I was very fearful. I was afraid. People started coming to me for readings, and I had them telling me to tell people things that I thought were absolutely crazy. I had them telling me that you have to say this, telling this what they need to know, and it would happen, and people's lives were being changed, and it's blown. I'm blown away every time that the information that comes through when you get your mind out of the way, and when you just deliver the message that you receive from them, and not from your own personal mind trying to make stories up, because you're going to go through that process where the mind tries to make shit up. You have to give that up so that you're receiving clear information. Wonderful things start happening. And like I said, every reading I've ever had has been completely unique and different. And you guys ask single questions here. And yet, when you ask a single question, I get so much information. And we only get to share a small snapshot of it. Because there's so much, when you're asking a question, you're open and receptive to receiving that information. If you're open and receptive to receiving that information, then the channel of that information flows through me really quickly. And it can also flow through you really quickly. More often than not, people that book readings with me, what happens is if you book a half-hour or 1 hour reading, you're asked to prepare 10 questions. And you get asked those 10 questions. Your session is recorded so you can download it immediately after the session. And what often happens is before we're even halfway through the reading, most of your questions are answered. So people often get time to ask more questions. It's very fascinating to watch that process. Very excited. Oh, you're very welcome. Sarita Marcelo says, I will be having an MRI this Friday for my brain tumor. I pray for it to be gone. I pray for it to be gone too. I ask Ascended Master Jesus and Ascended Archangel Raphael to be present with you in the process of this healing. They're telling me that you have been engaging in certain practices that have loaned themselves to its reduction in size. That you've been engaging in practices that have loaned itself to a reduction in size. But there are some things that you must remove from your things that you have habitually in your life that you must remove to assure that this process continues. Wow. Thank you. Yeah. So someone's saying, can you please connect to my dad, please? Yeah. I did connect your dad, and he wants to know what you want, what you need, because he's been with you all along. Your emotions. We hear this a lot. I'm so emotional about this. Understand, your emotions are not you. Your emotions are based on thought forms you have consciously or unconsciously. If you can quiet your mind, your thinking mind down, get the mind silent and quiet, teach the body to relax, you'll find that the emotional energy in your body will begin to shift. The minute you can teach your mind and body how to be still, how to be quiet, how to be peaceful, your emotional energy will suddenly respond and react to that. So you need to teach. Yes, I will. He's just telling me to tell you to be calm. Be calm so that you can receive what I've been trying to tell you. Be calm so you can receive what I'm trying to tell you. And again, that the simple act of teaching your body to relax, teaching your mind to be quiet. And they always tell me, use the mechanism of your breath. Use the mechanism of your breath to change the energy in your body. to change the function of the mind. You breathe slow and deep. You teach the mind and the emotional energy to become slow and slower and slower. You can literally bring the emotions to stillness, the mind to stillness. And your dad will, yes, he will. He said he will give you the sign that you need. He will give you the sign that you need of what to do and where to go. Get your emotions quiet. Again, I recommend come to our Masterclass 102. You've got 5 more days to sign up. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, under courses, Masterclass 102 Liberation, and learn the process so that you can open your mind up to receiving information other than what your own mind is giving you over and over and over again. Most people are stuck in the vicious cycle of their own thinking mind all the time. It's a hamster wheel. If you don't know how to get this mind quiet, you're going to be stuck on that hamster wheel. Some people get stuck on it for lifetimes. And yet you can literally reclaim authority over your mind simply and easily by teaching your mind and your body to follow some simple directions. And once your mind and body follow those simple directions, they'll change. If you put a smile on your face, it changes your energy. If you hang your head down and put a scowl on your face, you'll change your energy. You have authority over what your body can do. You have authority over what your mind will or will not think. You naturally have authority if you understand that and then apply your authority in the right and proper manner. You cannot use force or anger or frustration to stop your mind. Stop. You can't use force. You can't use force or frustration to stop your frustration. You have to become and teach the mind how to be still, how to be quiet, how to be peaceful. You can teach your mind to do that. Come and learn with us. The Ascended Masters teach most of the classes. It's really fascinating. Wonderful. Good for you. Yeah. Mindfulness meditations are very powerful. They really are. They can be very, very powerful. Not as powerful what the Ascended Masters do through me. What you will experience in our masterclasses is mind-blowing. We've had people who have come that were suicidal, that were, driving around with guns in their car, thinking of going on mass murdering sprees, who changed in just a few weeks. Their whole life, their whole being changed. Now they're out helping other people. And once you realize how that your mind and your body are not you, they are instruments that you have, that there are certain mechanics to mind and body that you can learn to operate, your suffering will end very quickly when you understand how to create. Right? Andrea is saying, you mentioned Bill Gates, who I used to not like, but when I focused on his pic, I saw a blue avian priestess behind him, guiding his thoughts and actions. Yeah, she is, but he's got beliefs and thoughts in his mind that are interfering with what she's trying to give to him. A lot of these high-functioning people like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, George Soros, they were being influenced by high vibrational beings, but their own mental conceptions and belief blocked the guidance. So they're executing their function of divinity in a destructive way for humanity. A lot of these higher vibrational beings, these elites, had high vibrational beings working with them, but their low vibrational thinking has caused them to pervert the information they got and done more harm to humanity than good. Right? So yeah, he's caught in his own mind still. Yes, Tracy, you do have a guardian angel. Goes by the name of Jacob. You didn't lose your dad. You didn't lose your dad. He's just in a non-physical dimension. You need to teach your mind. He's very happy and he loves you very much. You just need to connect with him. You need to put all your self-judgment, get rid of your self-judgment. Hi, guys. Well, I got way too many questions and comments to catch up to. If I don't get to your question, if you have a question, you want to prioritize it, you can use the tip jar. Send me a tip and I'll try and prioritize your question. We go here. Yeah, I see that. I will check and see if anybody's asked a question here. I'm just checking here, guys. I'm just checking my PayPal account, see if anybody's asked a question. Because you can ask a question here. I can prioritize it this way. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm actually looking forward. Wonderful. Awesome. Okay. So it's just 2 people booked readings with me. That's all. Wonderful. I look forward to seeing you guys then. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Good. Yes. Somebody just brought that up. You're using sacrifice if you use the word or. Yes, that's right. And I can do this and this. Don't just pick one thing. Don't limit yourself. Good afternoon. Hi. We already got that. Thank you so much. We've got that. Just I'm trying to catch up. Somebody's saying, hi, I use all your tips. Can you ask my guardian angel what I need to do to be do more to connect to them? Wonderful. Yes, you need to get your mind quiet. Thank you for the white roses, Amanda. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Can we listen to the live of yours later on? Is this recorded? Yes. I'm streaming live on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube right now on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturday. I stream on all 3 platforms. This live event that you're hearing is on Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. If you wish to review this one, you can go back to my YouTube channel, youtube.com, William Michael Forbes, and under the live section, you can find this particular video. And I think today is called, what do you call it today? Emotions Change Matter with my guardian angel, John. That's what today's live event is called. Emotions Change Matter. And it's true. Your emotions are affecting your body all the time. All the time. Your emotions are affecting your body all the time. Your emotions also affect your relationships all the time. Your emotions affect this environment you're in all the time. Human individuals and collectively humanity is affecting this planet and the sun. Our emotions are electromagnetic. Yes. He's on your back right side right now, Tracy. Hi. Someone says, I feel religious people are offending others. You know, forgive them. They know not what they do. Most religious people are so bound by the structure of the information in the books that were manifested by those that took over, like Master Jesus when he was murdered, because he was not crucified, he was murdered. And what happened is the teachings that he taught were very different than what you see in the Christian mythological Bible. The Roman authorities took what he taught, repurposed it to serve the ruling classes, and then spent 300 years killing everybody and everyone that practiced what Jesus actually taught, how he taught it. And he never taught that God was the only way to God was through him. No, he said the kingdom of God is within you. The way that he meant to God was through the principles, the practices that he taught. That if you did certain things, thought certain ways, spoke certain ways, that you would align yourself vibrationally to God. But these religious structures that came after him changed the teaching to put the priest between you and God, to put the church between you and God, to put the Pope between you and God. And they're not telling you God is within you. They don't tell you that. Jesus taught that. He said, it's not me that makes your healing happen. It's your faith. He taught that repeatedly. He taught what's called baptism by fire, where you do certain practices. Yoga is one of his practices, where you eat certain ways, you think certain ways, you breathe certain ways. And through these practices, you brought yourself into alignment to God within you. He said, greater, and they take a little bit of truth and they put it in the Bible, and he did say this, greater things than I shall you do. That is, people that learn to apply what he taught would learn and practice it and become even more in terms of their knowledge of God. And every religion that came after the teachers that taught what the religion was supposed to represent often changed those religions to not fully represent what the teachers actually taught, but served the interests of the ruling elite that then took that religion and operated it under the principles that they wanted to. Why is it that the Master Jesus taught about giving to others, and yet the church has the largest amount of assets in the world? He didn't teach about the acquisition of wealth. He taught prosperity, but he didn't teach that you should give to the church. He said, give to thy brothers and thy sisters. Help one another, love one another, not give to the church. That was something the elites put in afterwards. You got to make those distinctions. I love Master Jesus, and I'm very honored and blessed that he comes to me sometimes. Yes, because he didn't want you to be afraid. Hi, guys. They pop onto lives and offend people. That's okay. Listen, people who are offensive are angry and hurt inside. People who attack you are in pain. People or are saying you're being, they're in, forgive them. Hi there. There we go. Hi, Drusilla. Just programmed. That's right. So, William, can you ask why he didn't? Yes, I did. He said he didn't want to upset you. Yes, there are the power that they love and the harm that they have done upon so many others, like these massive sex slave rings that are on the planet that are run by the elites. Understand, most of the child trafficking that's happening is run by the elites. Now you're seeing with this thing with P. Diddy, right? You're seeing the thing with Jeffrey Epstein. These are just small peanuts. But these beings will reap what they have sown. The harm that they have done unto others shall be done unto them. Whether in this lifetime or another, they shall reap what they sow. So when you see people in war zones being bombarded and pummeled, there is cause and effect involved there. And you cannot harm another and expect to, and think you're going to get away with it. You cannot harm somebody and expect to get away with it. You know, karma's a bitch and it works. Got to that already. Got to that. Hi, guys. Hi. Yes. Yes, I understand. I'm just looking at questions here. A lot of questions here, guys. Thank you so much. Hi, guys. Good to see you. I'm learning to quiet my mind. I'm so happy to hear that. You can't get information. Listen, Jesus, Buddha, any ascended master, any guardian angel, you can get in tune with them. You can also get in tune with any dark entity. If your vibration is low, then you'll attract low vibrational beings. If your vibration is high, you'll attract higher vibrational beings. It's really simple. But you have to teach your mind and teach your body to be in a system of energy that is closer to love than fear. And you can learn that very simply. It's not a complex, difficult process. It really isn't. Just that nobody's been teaching you it. Come to our Masterclass 102 and experience it. Experience how simple and easy it is to get your mind and body into a state of peace. Will I get better mentally and physically? Yes. Yes, you will. Leah, come to the masterclass. Don't waste any more time. You know, we've had people come to the masterclasses who said that said they were in therapy for 10 years. And that in the 3 weeks of the course, they healed more in those 3 weeks than they did in 10 years of conventional therapy. And that doesn't surprise me. And I've seen this and I've heard that many times before. People going out and paying individuals huge sums of money over a long period of time. You know, for a couple $100, you can come and take a 3-week course and go through a profound healing. You did not come to this world to suffer, Leah. You came here to learn to create. All of us did. You came here to learn the function of creation. Your mind and body are the instruments that you have to use to learn to do, not meant to be your masters. They're meant to be your servants. There are stories in the Bible that have some truth in them. The story of the two masters, right? Or the master that comes home and the servants have taken over the house. It's a metaphor for your mind and body having taken charge of your life. And that my emotions are not who I am. These are instruments that I have to learn to operate. I have to learn to run these systems. If you don't know how to run your thinking mind and your emotions and your body, you'll feel out of control. But that's not your natural state. Your natural state is divine authority. Your natural state is divine authority over your mind and body. That's your natural state. Divine authority over your mind and body. And when you have authority over your mind and body, then you have authority over your creation, what you'll create with your life. It's really true. Yeah, all the darkness is being revealed now, by the way, guys. You're going to see more and more of that. Thank you so much. Again, the question about empaths keeps coming up. For those of you that are empathic, there's a simple mantra I want to give you right now, a simple way that you can begin to shield yourself or filter of energy. For those of you that are high-level empaths, we feel very sensitive to other people's thoughts and emotions. And you need to create a system of energy that allows these emotions and thoughts that are being projected everywhere, how they won't affect you. And it's a very simple thing. Sit down in a chair for about 10 minutes. Relax your body, relax your mind, and then imagine or visualize your body being surrounded by like a white sphere of light. And you keep imagining that until you can actually sense or feel that is imagined around your body, that space is actually around your body. Feel that space around the body, and then think and speak this mantra into that field. Only love can enter this space. Only love can leave this space. And for 5 minutes, just do that into that field. Only love can enter this space. Only love can leave this space. And stay in that because when you're just thinking those thoughts, it's generating an energy. Those thoughts, that sequence of thoughts, only love can enter this space, creates an energy. Only love can leave this space, creates an energy. And by repeating it, you amplify or strengthen the intensity of that energy. And you'll literally create a field of energy around the body. And you'll be surprised because people will start to see you differently and react and respond to you differently than they currently do. Just by changing your energy, the world responds to you differently. Most people don't know they can change their energy. Most people believe that what you're feeling and thinking is just the way it is and that you can't change it. And I call bullshit on that. Anyone can learn to change their thinking mind, and anybody can learn to change their emotional field given the right instruction. If you're given the right instruction and you carry it out properly, you can learn to change your thinking mind, and you can learn to change your emotional energy, which in turn affects your physical health. Emotions organize matter, which is the basis of today's discussion. Emotions organize matter. Thank you for that super chat, Kate. I really appreciate it. She's saying, good day, William. Question, am I neurodivergent? Hang on. In some way? What way? Is there anything I can do to help it or to take? Again, ground, if you're not grounding, Kate, grounding is really important. The physical body needs the physical earth to connect to. Electromagnetically, your physical body is designed to be able to connect to the earth at regular intervals, if not as often as possible. That's number one for you, Kate, is being able to connect your physical body to the physical earth in some way, whether it's leaning against a tree with your bare hands. You must get the body connecting to the earth on a daily basis, at least 15 minutes. You know, the native communities of the Americas have thrived for over 32,000 years, and they mostly wore leather moccasins that conduct electricity from the earth. They stayed in touch with the earth. So they were generally very healthy people. So that's number one, Kate. If I tune into other elements, again, the term neurodivergent is a term. Teaching your brain, your thinking mind, to be still and quiet will balance the electrical flow of energy through the neurological system, teaching the mind to be still and quiet, teaching the body to be still and quiet will begin to establish a balanced flow of neurological energy between the systems. As the mind gives to the body gives to the mind. These are interactive systems with each other. When you can bring them into harmony with each other, then the flow of in the system consciousness. Oh, Jade's just saying her wings courses are so much emotion and pain from my body. A lot of things that are going to happen to you this week. You get to choose what they're going to be. Hello, does Spirit have a message for me? If you're listening, you've heard many of them. Hi, I'm starting to catch up to the messages a bit here. Yeah. Oh, sorry to see that. The stage. There we go. Sorry about that, YouTube and Facebook. For some reason, StreamYard disconnected from the transmission, which is just telling me, Spirit's just telling me, we've been together for a sufficient amount of time today. I'm honored and privileged to be able to be here. Again, I encourage you, please, you got 5 days left. Sign up for Masterclass 102 Liberation. This will change your life. It will change your mind. It will give you information, knowledge, and experience that will let you know that you are not here to suffer. You are here to create. Yes? Okay, so somebody's requesting to join. Missed him. Sorry, guy. Catch the replay. Yeah, you can catch the replay on my YouTube channel. The full replays are available on my YouTube channel, except on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights when I'm live on TikTok only at 8 p.m. That does not get recorded on YouTube. Okay. Hi, guys. Still lots of questions here. I'll take 2 more questions on TikTok, and then we'll head on out. Dana is saying, we have learned so much from him. You will not regret his live. Hi, William. Is there anything I meant to know at this time? If you've been listening, then you've heard. Yeah. How could I talk to my father who passed away 15 months ago? I want to know if he's okay. He is okay. He's definitely okay. He wants you to be okay. He wants you to be okay. If you want to connect to him, sit down right now. Like right now, sit down and relax. Close your eyes, take a deep breath and relax. Just allow your body to relax. Quiet your mind down. Just again, the breath slowly and deeply. Direct your body to relax. Direct the mind to be quiet. Come close. Ask your body. Just think to him, Dad, come close to me, and experience how you feel a change around your body, because he'll come to you in a way that you can perceive him, and that's how you'll sense and feel and begin to know the way he wants to connect with you. Right? Emotional conditions in your subconscious mind that are inhibiting the fulfillment of the healing. There are existing conditions and emotions in your subconscious field that are inhibiting the emotion from correcting fully, from you healing properly and fully. You need to clear those out. Hi, guys. All right. You guys got me today. I don't think I'll catch up for all you guys say. If I didn't, okay, guys, YouTube, Facebook, I'm going to let you go now. We keep getting cut off. It's just spirit telling me we've done enough today. I want to thank my guardian angel, John, and the ascended beings and guardian angels that came through me today. I want to thank all of you for being present. Thank you for your support for this work. Thank you for your questions, your comments. If I didn't get your questions or comments, please use the Linktree link in my bio or below any one of my videos on YouTube, and you can go to my Ask a Question link on my Linktree. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day, everybody. I want to wish you all much, much love. Have yourselves a great day. Bye for now.